Hi, I'm Cory Weatherton, Director of Product Development here at Entegra Coach. And folks, today we've got something brand new for you. Not brand new by name, but brand new by content. We're going to look at the 2026 Entegra Coach Qwest. Now, this is a complete redesign for this model year 2026. We have changed the chassis, we have changed the length, we have changed the inside. Folks, it is vastly different than what you've seen before, and I believe that the product development team knocked it out of the park on this unit. So, as I mentioned, 2026 Entegra Coach Qwest, and this floor plan is the 25L. So, want to go over first of all the chassis. Still on the Mercedes-Benz chassis, still a great chassis. However, we went from the Mercedes 3500 chassis up to the 4500 chassis. So still premium specs. You're going to get all the premium features of a Mercedes as we're offering on the 3500. Major difference is going to be GVW. We've increased the gross vehicle weight rating of this chassis. So as a result, we can go a little bit longer. So a little bit longer means it is now a foot longer. So last year 25 feet, this year 26 feet. And I guarantee you it's not going to be any more difficult to maneuver. Super easy for you, but let's go over the rest of the motorhome. But like I said, 4500 chassis, still the 2-liter engine, still a 9-speed transmission. We've increased the GVW on this, or actually Mercedes did. We bought it from them. So let's talk about what makes the Qwest, and then talk about some of the new enhancements while we're doing that. So first and foremost, you will notice our hallmark one-piece fiberglass front cap. So with that one-piece fiberglass front cap, I can tell you that we are protecting your investment. I understand in this day and age, really most motorhomes are quite expensive. And so as a result, we want to make sure that your investment lasts a long time. A lot of our competitors on this Mercedes chassis, they're going to have a horizontal seam where their sidewall meets the bunk platform. Within the industry, folks, we know that that seam is a future leak point on a Class C. So as a result, we put that one-piece fiberglass front cap on there to cover that seam. Now, we do that on our Odyssey SE all the way up to our Centurion that we just released. So it spans every price point because we do value your investment. We want you to know that we've done everything we can to protect that investment. So one-piece fiberglass front cap with that panoramic window in the front of this cap. Folks, that is automotive bonded. So what does that mean? So the exact same way we put our Mercedes puts the chassis windshield in this chassis is the same way we put the window in up there. So this chassis has about a 1/4-inch recess, about a 3/4-inch lip for the windshield to set on. They put a brand of sealant around that flange that the windshield sits on, that once it cures, it remains flexible. Why does it need to remain flexible? Well, factually, going down the road, this chassis will buffet from the wind and also road vibration. And if that locked in solid, you'd have a cracked windshield. We do our front cap the exact same way. 1/4-inch recess, 3/4-inch lip, sealant around that, and then we put the windshield, the window in, and we allow it to cure and set up. Once it cures, it still remains flexible, because in the same way, that cap will buffet going down the road, a little bit of shaking, not a lot, and then we want that window to be able to flex with it. So we've been doing this style of front cap since calendar year 2016. We have been doing this now for almost 10 years. So that is a proven method that we've done and we've used throughout the years. So just want to point that out to you. As you go further back, you will notice on the motorhome, the beautiful paint scheme. This is a full body paint, standard on the Qwest. It is a Sikkens brand paint. And as that cures, it remains a little bit flexible. Why does it need to remain flexible? Simply because this fiberglass, as it gets hot, say you're down in Arizona, it's going to expand, and then all of a sudden you decide to shoot up to British Columbia and it's super cold, that fiberglass will contract as well. And so we need this paint to be able to flex with it. So we use a Sikkens brand paint so that it flexes with the coach, and so it's absolutely beautiful in year 1, also absolutely beautiful in year 10. Now I will tell you, your vehicle at home, I don't know what you drive, if you do neglect that, you'll get the same results with this. It'll start to look dull, look faded, etc. So however you treat your vehicle at home, just want you to know that that's how this will look. If you keep yours beautiful, absolutely beautiful, no question about it. So I wanted to throw that out to you as well. You will notice that we do have a almost full-length awning here. It's an armless awning, so you're not going to have a head knocker walking through. There's a LED light strip at the end, and definitely provides some mood and ambiance as you're out here at your campsite making memories with your family. On the roof, you cannot see, and we're not going to climb up there. It is a full one-piece fiberglass roof. So that roof is one piece. It's crowned in the center at about 5 inches, so we get proper water runoff, ice runoff, snow runoff. It's winter here, so we rely on that crowned roof a lot, and so it sheds your water very well. On the roof as well, you have a 15,000 BTU air conditioner, you have 200 watts of solar, and then also a skylight, which I'll show you on the inside. That's brand new for this year. Super excited about it because it lets so much light in this motorhome, but also blocks it out when you don't want it. On the roof as well, am I forgetting anything? We also have the WineGuard 2.0. That is a Wi-Fi range extender and then also a 4G LTE hotspot. So that Wi-Fi range extender, really that's a free function. You can pull up outside of your favorite coffee shop. Maybe the signal's weak by the time it gets to your motorhome. There's multiple antennas in that WineGuard. It grabs that signal and intensifies it inside of your motorhome. So you can be using a free network, not necessarily being inside the store or the coffee shop. Now the 4G LTE hotspot, it is a paid feature, a paid subscription. That's totally optional whether you want to do that or not. You can either get a data plan through WineGuard or your cell phone provider and use this on the road as your mobile office, or even if you have the grandkids along or kids along, maybe you yourself just want to stream videos going down the road or stream from a tablet. You can pay for that feature if you'd like to, but you don't have to. One of the things that's remained true for this model year is we still have our side hinged baggage doors. These are full aluminum. They are very robust and sturdy and easy to lock as well. These are rotocast compartments, easy to clean out, easy to wash out. And we've also added a little bit more storage on this side of the coach for this model year. We've changed some components around where we place them to pick up a lot of storage. So if I'm being totally transparent with you, model year 2025 and earlier, one of the things I heard in the product development realm is storage on these Sprinter chassis is just lacking in general, simply because your frame rail is so low. We are trying to put as much in this coach as possible. So for this model year, we have maneuvered around different components to be able to pick up, in my opinion, for this size of a coach, 2 nice storage areas on your campsite. So the key thing about this is you're going to put your stuff that you'll be using frequently on this side, and super easy to get to. You'll notice the Entegra Coach exclusive 2+3 warranty. That's very important. Everybody else building on this Sprinter chassis simply has a 1-year limited warranty. We give you a 2-year limited warranty. So what does that matter? I think it makes a world of difference in multiple areas. First of all, us having a 2-year warranty on everything we build or put into this coach allows our purchasing team to vet out the confidence level of our suppliers. Everybody else being a 1-year warranty, you can imagine that not too hard to say, all right, this component's going to last a year. And so those OE manufacturers will use those components. But really when we extend it a second year, it causes our suppliers to question what they're going to offer us. Do they have confidence in that component? And so the 2-year warranty really helps our purchasing team out in making sure that we're selecting quality components, because unless a supplier will warranty it for 2 years, we will not use it. Now some components in here could be longer than 2 years, just to give you that heads up. Another thing it does, I think it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence as a consumer. We've done our due diligence in testing out products in our R&D area and working with our suppliers to source the best that we can at a good price point. And then I think also the third thing that it gives us a second year of warranty data. I have weekly meetings with our purchasing, engineering, and production team. And in those meetings, we are going through our warranty data to where every other manufacturer, they are done at 1 year. They don't go through data after that. We really want to see long-term, how is this component performing? And it gives us that information. So that 2-year warranty is a big deal to you, and honestly, it's a big deal to us. +3, what's 3? 3 is structural. So what is the structure of the coach? The structure is your floor, your roof, your sidewalls, your rear wall. So even our slide out rooms are included in that. So every piece of fiberglass you see has been vacuum bonded. Our floor, there's no fiberglass in that, but it's still vacuum bonded. Our roof, vacuum bonded. Sidewalls, rear walls, slide rooms, vacuum bonded. So we have a vacuum bond lamination facility that we laminate everything. It's in-house. Today it's pretty cold out, the wind's whipping, it's kind of humid as well, so it feels super cold. In the summertime it's hot and the humidity is still there as well. We get a little bit later into winter, we're filming this in early December, it's going to be cold and dry. So really us being able to both temperature and humidity control our lamination facility allows us to be able to have the exact same lamination process year round. So the way we do this is we lay down a sheet of fiberglass. The interior of that fiberglass has been perforated with a big roller that has needles on it. We spread adhesive on it. That adhesive is moisture activated. We lay down the tubular aluminum interior walls, the studs if you will. On top of that we fill the voids with beadboard insulation, and then we put our interior wallboard on top of that that's been perforated as well. So all of that is moisture activated. We send it into a vacuum press. A vacuum press is like a giant food saver, if you will. We slide it in there, it sucks all the air out. We get 144 tons of pressure per square inch for 16 to 18 minutes, depending on what we're laminating. We slide it out, we allow the final curing to take place, and then with all of our window cutouts, we do a peel test with that. Essentially, we delaminate it. Our goal with all the window cutouts is to see, as we separate that wall, the components in the wall, we want to see shredding. If we see shredding, we know we've had a great lamination. If we see a clean separation, we know that the lamination wasn't good, we would scrap the whole wall. But thankfully, we don't scrap walls because our lamination facility does an incredible job with that. And I say thankfully, simply because we have one landfill here in Elkhart County, which is where the majority of manufacturers are, and we don't want to be filling that thing up with RV waste. So lamination is a big deal, but that's what that 3-year structural warranty is. Now, as we're pointing at the window, these are frameless windows. So on the outside, you're not going to see any seal at all. They are frameless. We've covered up those seals with the windows, so those seals are protected from UV rays. And so as a result, we know that your seals will not break down with time, and you'll have a motorhome that keeps water out, which is a big deal. We switched to these windows new for this model year. We have used it in other product in the past. What I love about these windows is they're not the crank out style. Rather, they have a push rod. That push rod will push this window out to where you have about a 6-inch opening. The old crank out style that were frameless, those are about a 2 to 3-inch opening. So in changing to these windows, we have drastically increased the airflow inside of this coach. I love these windows on the inside. You'll see why. We're not going to talk more about those. But as we continue back, we do see JBL Premium Sound on the outside. On the inside of the coach, we have JBL Premium Sound. On the outside, JBL Premium Sound. We've partnered with JBL to develop these. You're going to love what you see on the inside as far as JBL goes. But with this, we want to make sure that as you're at the campsite, maybe you're on your honeymoon, maybe you've been married for 50 years, or maybe even you're traveling alone. If you want to listen to music, you've got great music. And so it's very clear, zero distortion, high-end speakers on the outside and inside of this coach. This little round guy here, what in the world is that? Fair question. So for this model year, we have moved away from your traditional RV furnace. This is a Truma Combi D. So Truma is a hydronic heating system. It takes care of both your tap water, shower water, and then also your heating inside the coach. What I love about this Truma Combi D is that the D stands for diesel. So that pulls fuel off of your chassis fuel tank. So you're not relying on LP at this point to keep your coach warm. And what's great about that is just simply that every time I refill my chassis with diesel fuel, I'm refilling my furnace and my hot water heater all in one as well. So this is a great system. Truma, as you know, they have a great reputation within the industry. We were very proud to be able to switch to this, just simply to give you that higher end experience, on-demand water as well. So continuing back, as I already mentioned, the JBL speakers, and we have completed the sidewalk of this coach. And I know I always get questions, hey Corey, when you do a video, can you do the rear of the coach and can you do the off-camp side? Let's head around to the rear of the coach now. Alrighty, so we are on the back side of this Entegra Coach Qwest 25L, and there's even some new features on the back of this coach. If you're familiar with our 2025s, you're going to notice right away that the rear end looks vastly different. We have redesigned our partial rear cap. In the past, we were using a TPO material. This year, it's molded fiberglass. We have a new partial cap up front, up top, overhead brow, if you will, and a new design on the rear. With that, we've added some really stylish rear lights, tail lights, backup lights, etc. And then also you can just notice that the beautiful paint scheme wraps around the back. This coach does have your rear backup camera. It also did in 25, also has your side cameras, but we did a complete redesign of the rear end here, and the team did an absolutely incredible job with that. There is hitch mounted on the back of this coach. Always, always, always when you're towing, make sure that you look at your gross combined weight rating and subtract your gross vehicle weight rating, and that'll give you the tow capacity of this receiver. So Mercedes sets that. We do not do that at Entegra Coach, and so always check that. So that's been a look at the rear of the coach. Let's check out the off-camp side. Off-camp side, folks, we've got some great storage, increased from last year for certain, and then also better than a lot of our competitors. So let's go through storage and also components on this side before we check out the inside. So first of all, behind me, we do have our wet bay. So this is going to be your wet bay to where we have all of our controls. Everything's conveniently labeled. As we drop down below, we do have a nice long storage area here. This is a 30 amp coach. We store our 30 amp cord in there. And we do have a grommet in the bottom that you're able to slide that through, so you don't have to have this beautiful aluminum baggage door open the whole time. Folks, this is large enough you can put camp chairs in there. So this is going to be a great location for those. You can put your pudgy pie makers in there. That's what we call them in Indiana. If you're in Texas, I don't know what you call them, but we call them pudgy pie makers. But a lot of space inside of that storage area. A new storage area that we utilize this year is actually below the bed. So inside of here, folks, there is a lot of space. Granted, this is on the inside, and so it will be a little bit better temperature controlled, whereas these are on the outside. But a lot of storage inside of this under the bed area. And as I mentioned, that is new for this year. As we drop down below, another rotocast compartment for storage. And so we're picking up a lot of our storage in the rear end of this coach. We have our detachable power cord here. As I mentioned, this is a 30 amp. Always on the outside, you'll know you have power because there's a little green light that glows on that. You'll notice overhead, we do have slide toppers on all of our slides. Last year, this floor plan was called the 24L. And remember, I said we went a foot longer this year. So bumper to bumper, we are at 26 feet this year, and it's the 25L floor plan. Last year, this was a single slide. All the length that's been added to the coach is right in this area here. We separated the slide. This is on a Schwintek system. Love this system for beds. And then we have a power gear slide system here. As we continue forward, we have a storage area for our propane tank. If you want the specs on this propane tank or any other specs on this coach, make sure you visit our website and look at the specs. Coming forward, we do have LP generator. This is a 4000E. When it runs off of propane, it is derated to about 3,600 watts, I believe. So that's been a look at this side of the coach. As I said, absolutely beautiful. The team did a great job, but I really think you're going to fall in love with the inside of the coach. Let's check it out. Folks, we're inside this unit and complete overhaul, as I mentioned, for this model year. Absolutely love it. You walk inside and it's extremely bright, it's welcoming, and folks, it's cheery, right? Who doesn't want to go camping and be in a cheery environment? This is your cheery environment. Let's talk about some of the features inside of here. I know I'm not going to cover them all. Going to try my hardest, but let's talk about it. So front overhead bunk, as we always had, rated at 750 pounds. Industry average in these Sprinter chassis rated about 350 to 425. So 750 pounds, that's a big deal. Will that ever be up there? Probably not, but at the same time, our engineers do a great job in engineering, so we're going to rate it at the capacity that we can. So new for this year is our entry door. The entry door does have a built-in trash can. It's a small one. So what I like about this is that I don't have to open my screen door in order to close my nightshade. So very accessible there. It's 2-point locking. And so as a result, it will suck closed and stay closed. That's a great feature. When the door's open, we do have a retractable screen door here, or bug screen, whatever you want to call it. And as a result, we get a lot of ventilation inside of here. If we come over to this side of the coach, A few things I want to point out on this side. First of all, we have redesigned our cabinetry as far as the aesthetics and then also functionality of them. So these overhead cabinets, they do have positive latching buttons there. As you open up, you will notice really heavy duty struts. We moved away from the pistons that we used to have on this floor plan, or excuse me, on this series. But a great feature about it is soft closing. So it'll soft close, then just latch it going down the road. Everything inside of there will stay inside of there. The great thing about this side of the coach is this is a complete pass-through on this overhead cabinet. So you can put longer items in there, maybe your umbrella or potentially your Jenga game or fill in the blank with whatever you want to put in there. Great place for all that. You will notice these theater seats. These are new for this year. These theater seats are power. They were powered in the past, but we have changed the ergonomics on them. So we partnered with a furniture supplier and really studied how can we make these things more comfortable, more plush. And really our tactic was how can we build a theater seat that when you sit in it, you don't want to get up. And so they worked diligently on these, and I believe they accomplished it. If you do option this with theater seats, standard in here is a dinette. I think you're going to really love the theater seats. Also, in the cup holders, you can have, I call them cocktail tables. They're not really large, but lengthwise, I'm going with they're probably about 26, 28 inches. And then width, you've got a good 14 inches or so. So they swing out of the way. You're able to sit there and enjoy watching television if you'd like while you eat. I don't know how you eat, or even just to be able to get up, get some more food, or go back to the restroom or go outside. As I mentioned on the outside, premium JBL. On the inside, we worked with JBL to develop these sconce lights that have JBL speakers on the inside. So this is a JBL branded product. JBL developed it for us. And so we've carried the premium audio inside the coach as well. Now these are technically labeled as accent lights, so when you turn off all your accent lights inside of this coach, your lights will shut off, but your speakers are still functional. These have been a great asset to us for this model year. We've used it in a couple other products as well, and folks, we are tickled pink about these. They are beautiful, they sound great, and great feature. On the outside, remember I mentioned those frameless windows. The frameless windows, they do open up about 6 to 8 inches. I've never measured them myself, but I'm pretty good with distances, 6 to 8 inches. And the great thing about these, actually it's one of the things I love about these windows, is that they are framed out. So there's not a valance, there's not a roller shade to clank around going down the road, but they have integrated shades. So here you can see the night shade is down, or even the day shade, however you choose to use it. What's great about this blackout shade is on the back side of it, there's a reflective foil. So it actually does reflect a lot of the heat that would naturally come into the coach during the summer, and then also the UV rays as well. So that is a great feature, but then I can slide it up and I've got my bug screen or my ventilation screen, and or I can just separate it and have nothing there. So these are new for this model year on this product. We've used it the last couple years in other product, and it has worked very well for us. Coming over to the kitchen area, I already mentioned there is a television over here. There's storage behind the television. You will notice our black fixtures, black countertop, a lot more contemporary than what we've used in the past, and then just a lot of drawers and storage down below. Those drawers are soft closing as well. I won't open them. You get the picture, you saw it on the overhead cabinet. Our JBL Aura Cube, remember the JBL premium sound, is on this side of the cabinet. Great thing about that is you can play your TV through it, you can Bluetooth through it and stream your favorite app, and it is just there for your using. Like I said, premium audio experience. Over the entry door, we do have a storage shelf for you to be able to put your mittens up there. If you're winter camping, I'd tell you don't use the water in this. We can keep you warm with that Truma Combi D, but this is not a Four Seasons coach, but you can put your gloves up there, you can put your dog leash up there, anything you'd like. So it's been a look at the front of the coach. Let's flip around. I want to show you the rest of the kitchen and then some features in the back. So let's talk about the back half of the coach, and really there's a lot to love in the back half of the coach. First of all, overhead, like I referenced on the outside of the coach, we do have a skylight. This skylight is new for this year. I know the millimeters because I work with purchasing and engineering and putting that in as far as inches go. Check our specs, we have it in our specs. I believe we're about 30 inches by 26 inches. Plus or minus, give me some grace there, folks. But what's great about it is it will fully open. It is strutted. And so in that fall season, maybe you want some fresh air coming in, or even early morning summer, you can open that up and it lets a fair amount of air in. And then also, as I mentioned on our side windows, there is a blackout portion here. And as I feel on the top of this blackout portion does have that reflective foil as well. So it is going to reflect a lot of the heat. And then if I want to maybe dampen the sunlight, but not totally block it out, I can pull this shade over, and it also functions as a bug screen. But what's great about this is we go camping to be outside, right? And so we have our front automotive bonded window. When that glass is up, it's going to let sunshine in. This section here, it's going to let sunshine in. I can tell you that you have never been inside of a coach that's as bright as this. And also you can block it out if you want to. I can close the front power blind, I can close this, and then it becomes dark. Easy to sleep in the afternoon, and a lot to love about this skylight. Brand new for us. It's been used in Europe for a number of years. We're the first manufacturer in the United States using it here. Continuing on with the kitchen, we do have a residential size microwave that is convection. Convection microwaves are absolutely incredible. If you've never used one, I think you're gonna never go back while you're camping to a traditional RV oven. The reason I say that is because I can put a Cornish game hen in there or a roaster chicken, and I'm gonna get even heat going around it, and it's not gonna just be heat from underneath. And also it's gonna fit in there. Your RV ovens, good luck getting a Cornish game hen in there. I don't know why I'm sticking with that one, but we're sticking with the Cornish game hen, folks. Even heat. As soon as I turn on an RV oven, it's like a furnace. It's gonna put a lot of heat into here, which, let's be honest, late fall, not that big of a deal, but summertime, 4th of July, you don't want that. So this keeps the heat inside. It is exhausted outside. And so I am gonna be able to make my food inside of this. Folks, you can even bake bread in this. You can do loaves of bread. It functions just as an oven, or it can function as a microwave. Down below, this is new for this model year, we have a 2-burner cooktop. Now here's the key thing about that. We understand at Entegra Coach that you're not always in a scenario where you're gonna need to use propane, or maybe even want to use propane. Or you're not always in a scenario where you're gonna wanna use electric power to be able to heat your food up. But at times you will. What are those times? I can tell you, if I'm plugged in at a campground, I'm gonna wanna use electric power, because I paid for that power coming off of that pole, and I can conserve my propane inside of the coach. Maybe I'm not plugged in at the campground and I don't want to run my generator to use this induction cooktop. At that point, I can use my propane side. So we worked with Envision to get this developed for us looking this way. And so you have an option. So this is a use case scenario cooktop. I think it's a home run. You get to choose either one depending on your camping scenario. Down below, you're going to notice a full bank of drawers. And then overhead, we do have storage up there as well. As we come back further in the coach, you will notice really quickly in that extra 12 inches, we have added a small nightstand and cabinet with wireless charging in it. And then we have a 10 cubic foot refrigerator in this coach for this year. Last year, we were using a 6 cubic foot. This year it's 10 cubic foot, and it's a 12-volt refrigerator. These cool down very quickly, and they're very efficient. So it is running off your 12-volt batteries. And like I said, cool down very quickly. You can go out in the morning, turn this on, get it cold by about noon. The instructions say 24 hours. I think they're concerned about food safety. I am as well. But I can tell you that when I use these when I'm camping, I give myself about 4 to 6 hours for it to cool down and then start putting food in it. And like I said, cools down very quickly. The bathroom for this year is about the same size as it was last year. It's very spacious. You will notice that new for this year, we have a backlit mirror in front of your lav, and then also black appointed hardware all throughout. And it looks extremely high-end, extremely beautiful. This back portion has been redesigned for this model year. Last model year, if you'll recall, this wardrobe did extend all the way across, going from memory. We have so many floor plans here, so they're going to be gracious with my memory. This year we decided to just allow a lot more light in. You can see behind the bed, we increased the size of the windows, and then we added 2 windows back here. Our goal was to make this as bright as possible if you want the brightness. But as I mentioned, these blackout shades, they truly do black it out. And so if you want it dark, you can keep it dark. If If you want it gloomy, you can have it gloomy. If you want it bright and cheery, you can have it bright and cheery. So this is new for this year. We've added more windows and then also this nice little workstation back here. If you have a computer, you can sit here and use it, or potentially you can get ready out here in the mornings. Maybe you're going to, the campgrounds has a special event that night, an 80s dance or who knows what. You can use this area to store all of your items to get ready for that night. Behind me, we do have a nice sized wardrobe, and then down below we have 6 large drawers with cubbies in the side of this coach. This coach is run off of the Firefly system, so it's a multiplex system. That screen is right here. The nice thing about the Firefly system is I can download an app to my phone, and once that's downloaded, I can control my whole coach from outside. So it is connected via Bluetooth, and so you do have to be within range. But as it's getting dark inside and maybe cool inside, I can turn on my Truma from outside. Maybe I want my air conditioner on as I'm sitting by the morning campfire and it's starting to get warm. I can turn that on. I can turn lights on. It is a whole house control. We do, in this coach, we do have a TV backer here. Some folks enjoy watching TV laying in bed at night, so we do install a TV backer as well as 120 volt outlet and a coax connection. Down below is our Truma Combi D controller. So I think we've done pretty much a complete walkthrough of this coach. I think you're getting your money's worth in this walkthrough. I didn't miss much if I did miss anything, but definitely thank you so much for taking time today to watch this video. This is a project that took us a long time to complete. We've been working on this for months and months and months, and now the release of the video, it's actually been out in the marketplace for about 4 months and has been received extremely well. If you fell in love with this model, the Entegra Coach Qwest, get down to your local dealer and check it out. If you don't know who your local dealer is, on our Entegra Coach website, there is a dealer locator. Just put in your zip code, and I believe there's a drop down. You're interested in looking at the Qwest, and it'll tell you who your closest dealer is. Get down, check it out, ask them questions, put your hands on it. If you happen to have questions that your dealer can't answer, you're always welcome to call us here at the factory. Call us here at the factory, a receptionist will answer, and the thing you need to say is, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm from this state or this province, and I'm interested in talking to somebody about the Entegra Coach Qwest. And they will direct you to one of our regional sales managers. Our regional sales managers are highly trained. They can answer the majority of questions that you have on this coach. If by chance you stump them, I can tell you that they will say, I don't know that answer, let me get with production, or let me get with purchasing, or let me get with engineering, and they'll call you back with that answer. But again, Cory Weatherton, Director of Product Development here at Entegra Coach. Thanks for watching this video. Get on to your dealership and check this out, and happy camping.